And hey there folks, this is Omegabalmung here with a quick review for The Last of Us Left Behind DLC. In The Last of Us Left Behind DLC, you play as Ellie, and in the beginning you kind of just get thrown into the scene where Ellie and Joel are, in the Last of Us game, Ellie and Joel gets trapped in the hospital, and then Joel gets injured during that. So you play as Ellie, trying to kind of tend to Joel's wounds. So at the same time, you're stuck in the mall, and then you kind of just have to go out and you look for medicine. But when you get to certain points in the game, it kind of switches you over to the past Ellie, where you kind of learn a little bit more about Ellie. And the past Ellie, you kind of go through. It's just pretty much you kind of just walk through, a mall, and you kind of just learn about Ellie, like I said, and Riley, who is Ellie's friend, and you kind of learn their relationship with each other, and you kind of learn, what they, what they do and stuff like that, and that's the coolest part of the game, was that itself, is just learning who Ellie is. All you know in The Last of Us is that Ellie is a character, this girl who can't get infected, and she has a sharp tongue, and she can take care of herself. So during the past scenes, you kind of learn a little bit, more of the kidder side of Ellie, which is a part I like the most. And even if that part didn't really have action in it, a lot of action scenes come from the other part, the current Ellie. But the last one, the past one, there's really no action scenes for that. So you kind of just learn about the characters themselves.
You dick! That's 2 times today!
Like I said, the past Ellie scenes were more just character, involvement. In the current Ellie scenes, you have, like I said, Ellie's going out grabbing medicine and stuff like that. You have your normal Last of Us deal where you go out and, you could pick up, bricks, beer bottles and stuff like that. And then you can also pick up, different, materials to make, these, Molotov cocktails, health, wrappings to bring your health back, or the bomb with the nails and and the scissors in them. So they have the normal elements of the even in the DLC, they have normal elements from the game itself. Then you also got your action scenes, like I said. You have you have your clickers, your runners, and your humans. They really don't have any other ones than those 3 types of enemies in the game. Of course, runners being pretty fast, and they just kind of bolt at you, but at the same time, you can pretty much mess them up with your knife. You get them with a stealth kill and stuff like that. You have your clickers, who are a little bit more tougher to kill, since unlike Joel, Ellie is more of a smaller character, and she only carries a knife with her. So you can't really let clickers get close to you, because you don't have that big board with a nail or a bat or something like that. So you're pretty much out of luck if he gets close to you. Then you have your humans, who kind of do, they flank you and stuff like that, just like the normal humans in the game does. And they shoot at you, so you can take them out whatever way you want to take them out. So that's the coolest part. At the same time, like I said, you do, for arsenal wise, you have your, like you said, you have your knife, and then you have the the little attachments that I said, the Molotov cocktail and the bomb and the smoke bomb and things like that. You also have your gun, your handgun. You get your bow a little bit later on, and then you get your shotgun, I think it was. But the shotgun doesn't really come towards the end. The one thing I do have a problem with, the action scenes, were the fact that at the end of the DLC, you pretty much just get thrown into a firefight with humans. It's just a wave of humans and stuff like that. So that's the only part that kind of kind of brings me out of the game a bit. You know, if you remember, they are looking for them because it comes after the part where you know the hospital scene. So they are looking for after Joel and Ellie, but to me, that part was probably the most, disappointing part of the whole game. Was it felt forced. The kind of, just keep throwing these enemies at you. I liked it more where you could just kind of, sneak around and just take them out, one by one, just like most of the part of the game. But unfortunately, that's the only really negative thing I have about the game.
Ready?
All right.
I heard 2 peanuts walked into a park. One was assaulted.
Oh!
Good one.
That was a good one.
You're on.
So in the end, The Last of Us Left Behind DLC to me was a really, really good, DLC. It may not be time-wise, it might not be as long as any of the Fallout DLCs and stuff like that. I want to say you want looking at maybe 2 hours of gameplay, but just being a big fan of The Last of Us and its world itself. Hopefully, we do see more. Learning more about Ellie was probably one of the cooler points of the game. She's still shrouded in this mystery of how is she how is she have these kind of effects, like she can't get infected and stuff like that. So, and then you kind of learn a little bit more about her friend, and she said she does have a friend, and then you just learn more about the character herself, and then the fact that when you're looking at her from the game, The Last of Us, she kind of is tough, rough and tough and stuff like that, but the Left Behind, she's kind of a different. The painter is a different character, different person. So you kind of see that kind of transformation into the Ellie as right now. So that was the coolest point. The last part of the DLC where they kind of just throw enemies at you. That to me was the lowest point of the DLC. I didn't really think they should have done that. They kind of should have just let you fight off a few humans, and then that could have just ended there. But they kind of just throw like all these like 2 or 3 waves of enemies at you, which I don't know. It just to me was kind of frustrating at times. But like I said, I don't really have much problems with the game itself. I really just love the story that they told and how they how they tell it. But and the gameplay to me is still fantastic. It's still top notch. They combine all that stuff from the Last of Us, so it doesn't feel like a whole different game. Even though the past Ellie scenes were just about learning about the character, just walking and learning and stuff like that, and getting into these conversations. So, anyways. The game itself, like I said, I really love it. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5, and you probably would know what I would have given The Last of Us 2. So, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Hopefully you guys, have fun playing the game if you guys played it, and I'll see everybody next time.
Am I ever gonna get to play a video game? Your chances are dismal. Fuck you, Skull. Will I drive a car again? I feel it in my bones. All right.